G'day, I'm Little Hope and I'm living in love and not in fear. And this is my channel, Ascension Through Spiritual Warfare. So I'm just showing my day-to-day life, sort of like a diaries, encounters, an encounter of my day-to-day life and what goes on in it. So this is I get up every morning and I make my bed. So I got my bed all nicely made there, right, and that's got summer sheets and blanket on it. But right beside the bed here, right here, I've got all my winters. So I've got two woolen blankets, and then there's my nightie and stuff under there. And I love my van. I'm so grateful to have my van. So here's my fridge over here. It's a solar fridge. And then I just keep some stuff on the seat here. I've got just some cushions there and I sit here. And then there's my sliding door. Okay, and I brought this when I was in Gander. It's just a piece of material, to put over the windows there. So I love it. It brightens up the place, and I've got these like small mats here that I have for, to sit my stuff on, and so it sort of matches that. What I love about my van is that it's got windows, so I can open them, during the day, and they've got, curtains on that are, have the rubber backings, to stop the heat from coming in. And so, yeah, I'm in Bundaberg, so let's go outside and have a look. And there's my dog Tully. Hello, I love you. So, this is, this area that I'm parked at here is a sports ground. So there's all sporting stuff within this complex here. And it's right next to, there's my solar panel there, and I've also got my light out. It's a solar light. So I came to Bundaberg for a swim. I wanted to get in the salt water and cleanse my aura and my energy of all negative energy, evil eye, spell work and black magic that has been sent my way to harm me and my dog. And my dog had a lovely swim, and we went to the ocean, and it was beautiful. And there's great showers down there. They're outside showers, but that didn't bother me. The pressure was nice and hard, and yeah, so that was the day I got here yesterday. And so I'm going to go there again today. Just waiting for a bit of sun to get into my fridge and get my fridge all nice and cold. So over here, this is the Hinkler rest stop area, and they're calling it a tourist park or something like this. Okay, but Hinkler, I don't know who Hinkler is, but there's a lot of buildings in Hawaii. Baba, come up and say Hawaii. Up. Come up. Say Hawaii, I love you. And that's Tully dog, and I love him. He's so beautiful, and he's such a blessing, and he's so much fun. So I don't know who Hinkler is, but there's a lot of buildings in Bundaberg that are named after him, like the shopping centres and so on and so forth. I think he's probably a Mason. And all these towns you go to, there's they're all owned by the Freemasons, they reckon, and you just got to pay for everything. But over there in that rest stop, I got there fairly early in the day yesterday and got a spot on this side because that's a main highway in front of it that it's on. So I thought I'll just sleep tonight. get a spot over there, and then decided, oh look, I'm going to the beach. This is too early to sit around here. And yeah, so before I left to go to the beach, the fella I was parked at, he had this big black dog, and it got away from him, and I had Tully on the lead, and it ran up to us, and it had all its back, you know, all the hairs on its back standing up, and was standing over Tully. And I said, oh, is it friendly? And he goes, yeah, he just wants to play. And I said, well, it doesn't look like he wants to play. All the hairs on his back's standing up. And he said, yeah, no, he just wants to play. And he just left it there like it had a lead, like a walking lead that it was attached to, and he was just standing there waiting for this dog to make a reaction at Tully. And I was doing the same thing. I was going to smash the thing in the head if it touched my dog. And I was. And that's the truth. So I didn't want to go over there and park because they look like they're permanent homeless people of this town that are living over there. I don't know if you can see behind me. There's tents and, well, that's sort of where they've sort of set up, you know, and all the other, like, tourist travelling types was on the other side. Didn't want to park anywhere near them. And that was on the highway side, and it was full when I got back in the afternoon, so I didn't get back till late in the afternoon. It was probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to park away from there, because there was places on this side to park on, but all the parking spots for the travellers, well, it's all for travelling, right? But we're in a homelessness epidemic, so, you know, we really do need a place for the homeless to go. And I just also want to point out, anyway, I got the super awesome spot. I mean, it seems a bit busy at the moment. It is a Saturday, and there is a dump down there. I don't know why this road would be busy, except this morning there was people lined up down there to wait for the dump to open. But what I do want to point out in this homelessness epidemic, I notice all over Australia that these sports complexes have popped up all over Australia, in every town, big or small. Great big new sports complexes where the locals say, well, you know, the old one that we had was better than the new one. And when you think of it, in a homelessness epidemic, all this land here and all the money that they've spent on putting this together. I mean, this morning Tully and I walked right around the outside, and it's convenient too for the homeless if you haven't got a car. There's a paved path that takes you up to those lights. I don't know if you can see the lights up there. And then there's the big, I think it's Hinkler Shopping Centre. No, I think it's Sugarcane Shopping Centre. But, you know, why have a sports complex? I mean, no one's here, but yet there's all these homeless people behind me. You know, and then they want to tell you where you can park, and no. They've got to do it wrong. I think maybe perhaps I should be running the country. Anyway, I actually love Bundaberg. But what I've found with towns nowadays, I mean, I used to love Bundaberg. And the reason why I love Bundaberg is it's got the beach, but it's also got the country area where there's this beautiful soil and you can just grow anything here. And I'd love to have a place. Like, I love Gin and Childers, which is, you know, on the Bruce Highway, and you've got to come into Bundaberg. And, you know, I love in between, because if you was in between, you could go to the ocean, and you're still in the country where you could grow up a storm. You could grow beautiful food and live just natural. And I'd love that. I would. So, anyway, I just feel that all the towns are sort of changed now. It's sort of the demonic atmosphere that is in people, you know, and people are trying to be scary, or they're scared. There's like this agenda just being spread throughout the world, and I don't like it, so that's why I fucking fully stick to myself. And it's not like I'm a snob or anything either. Every time I pass by someone, if I see you often, I always smile and say g'day, mate. But I don't wanna be involved in anyone's bullshit and gossip, and because mostly people are just saying hateful, horrible things about other people, and I'm not into that. I just want to live a peaceful existence in harmony with the universe. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the video and for subscribing to my channel. I'm Little Hope, and I'm living in love and not in fear. And hey, stay beautiful. So, at Hinkler Park, oh, at the sports complex, and I get out of my van at 6:30, and I walk my dog, and there's a big kangaroo and a little kangaroo, and they jump across here, go across there, and I walk Tully. We go down this road here, through the sports complex. It's all got a bitumen road, and then we get to the next road, and there's a path, brand new path to walk across, and we go down there to the lights, and then there's a brand new path, brings you along the main road here, and then I walk down this road here, back to the van, give Tully a drink, have a drink, then I get my panel out, put my panel out, first thing I do, and I come over here, and I stand in this bit of shade here, and the kangaroos are still there, and I'm watching the kangaroos and they're watching me, and I do my stretches, so I do some stretches, and all the traffic is going past, lining up just up there for the jump. It's Sunday. Anyway, old mate over here with his black dog, his dog comes over with the lead attached to it, right, so anyway, my dog Tully, he's barking and barking and barking, and I'm oh, fuck off, go on, go home. Tully said, go home, go home, go home. And so he runs over here, chases the kangaroos away, and he comes back, and he's just sitting there, this black dog, and he's just looking at me. That's what he did when he first pulled up, just stood there and looked at me. Tully's barking, and I'm just saying, go, and he's just looking at me. See, I've got a thing with black dogs because they used to train black dogs to hunt my ancestors, the McGregors. Right, so it's a bit of a thing with me, you know. It's a spiritual meaning behind everything, okay? And it is. Anyway, so I get Jack and me dog barking because it's early in the morning still. There's probably people over here that still aren't awake, you know. So I just start walking and his dog follows me. And I get halfway across the paddock and old mate sees me. And he comes over and his dog just starts running over fucking through the paddock. He doesn't want to get him. He doesn't know how to call it, can't call his dog. Anyway, I said, oh, well, he started chasing the kangaroos. I was worried that he was going to get lost. I was. Because like he's just a lead dog. He's just like a camp dog, you know. He hasn't experienced life, so he don't know things. And he's only young. He'd probably be, I don't know, a year or two old. Anyway, I said, yeah, well, I don't want him over here because my dog's barking there and it's going to upset everyone. They're all going to be blaming my dog for barking and waking them up. And he goes, oh yeah, my dog barks. He just didn't get it. And I was about to say, I can't, you know, but I didn't, you know. So eventually he caught his dog and fucked off. But I just try not to focus on people, you know. And there's spaces next to him, but I won't park there because of what happened when I first pulled up. He had his dog tied up with his lead to his van, and then when I went to walk my dog on the lead, he got off and he's running around with his lead, and that's what this fella does. And so I just try not to focus on it and just do my own thing over here. And still, the black dog, he was sent over here. He's sent over here. Not by him, spiritually. I'm speaking spiritually here. But anyway, let's have a good day, eh? I'm going to have a blessed and wonderful day. I hope you are. And hey, stay beautiful.